Hi everybody, my name's Taisha. I've been thinking about doing this for quite some time. Everywhere I go, there are multiple people telling me that I have wonderful stories to tell. And the thing is that they're not stories. It's all true. It's about my life. I've only let a certain amount of people in, and I've kept it to myself. And in keeping it to myself, it hasn't been healthy. It's my daughter playing in the background. I don't know who needs to hear this. I don't know who possibly is going through the same thing, has gone through the same thing, can relate, or just needs to hear it. I don't know. So here I am opening up. There gonna be some laughter, definitely gonna be some tears. But my life has been a superb journey, a life lesson, and everything and anything. But one of the biggest lessons I've learned is never give up on faith. Never give up. Never give up on anything positive you absolutely desire or need. Not desire per se. Let me take that word back. I'm sorry. You see yourself doing. You see yourself wanting. Say less. Pray more. Keep the faith. I know there's a lot of yous out there that possibly have or are going through rough times. But it's not it. It's not the end for you. It might be the beginning, might be the middle. It might be a starting point somewhere, but again, you have to want it. You have to change it. You have to see what you need in order to continue. I'm just introducing myself. It's never too late. Join me. Get to know my story. Ask me questions. I might be able to answer. Let's get this going. Let's see. I'm going to open up. And this is new for me. This is really, really new for me because, again, only the close ones near and dear to my life, my heart, and everything know if I've let them in my journey. Not all of it, but I've let them in enough where yeah. Let's start with last year, 2023. It was a year, 12 months, 365 days. But to me, at the moment, and going through everything I was going through, I almost felt like it was the end, if that makes any sense. I was in this wonderful relationship, and it had been 3 years already. Finally met someone who put me first, who made me so happy. We didn't argue, and we had anything that we had to talk about, and it wasn't even that serious. We'd talk about it. He'd let me know if he didn't like it, and I'd respond, and and vice versa. A lot of times, yes, I stood quiet. I would not. At the beginning, I would say anything. I'd just let it go, but then I learned that communication is key. Not going to give the exact. In February, almost towards the end of February, my then boyfriend, partner, best friend, woke up excited. Says that he was going to go talk to his sister. Okay. And I saw nothing ever bad with any of that because obviously, I push him to speak to his family, including his mom, his dad, his siblings. Family's family. You don't want to get rid of family. When they're great, they're great. When they're bad, it doesn't matter. They're still family. Forgive, pass forward. If you can't keep them, then that's on you. Anyway, getting away from the story. So, long story short. Okay, I'm not going to short. Sorry. He's outside in the car, outside, and I think he's out there for a good hour. I'm not even paying attention. I am multitasking, cooking, cleaning, whatever, inside, relaxing, talking with my daughter, playing with my daughter, making food. My son from up north, I had one that was living with me. Then he was 22. My other son was 24. And he came down to work and possibly, live, relocate. He was down here for, I think, maybe a month or so. Anyway, on this morning, everyone's sleeping except for me and him. He went outside, so excited, so giddy and stuff. And I was okay with it. I didn't, that was us every day. Every day. He comes in and then says, "Can I talk to you outside?" The reasons we talk outside is because someone died in the condo we were renting and we were not told by the landlord, and we learned to ignore it after baptism. I felt more, protected anyway. At the point, though, every time we would say something in the house, literally bad things would always happen. So we learned to take our conversation out of the house. Say less, pray more, including in that house. Not saying that the man who passed away in that house, we don't know anyway. I choose not to. Excuse me. But we go outside and he comes to tell me that he had a conversation with his sister. And he was telling her he wants to marry me. At the beginning of our relationship 3 years prior, we were okay with what we had. We were okay with living together, being together, and it was great. There was no complaining. I'm not one who says, well, you need to marry me. It has to happen. No, I'm not like that. If it's good, it's good. I don't complain. He's a Christian man, spoke to me always about the Bible. But I never opened up the Bible, and not that he hasn't opened the Bible in front of me or brought the Bible by or anything, but we didn't really read. I wasn't, anyway. And tells me, he told his sister he wants to marry me, and I guess he wanted to marry me that week. I was shocked. I love him. I'm in love with him. But to rush to get married, why? I wasn't going anywhere. It's not like I was gonna be pregnant. I wasn't going anywhere. I could have waited and continued to wait. I could have continued. The factor is that there were things being said or told, asked if he was still living in sin. Obviously, it wasn't my purpose, it wasn't his. It just happened. Try not to get emotional. As I'm listening, he tells me that he was also told to give it to God, obviously. But he was told that, and I'm not saying it's a lie, that's not for me to judge or say. God speaks and the Holy Spirit speaks in many different ways. Said I wasn't going to do this. Sorry. No edits. Raw truth. Raw me. You'll get this all the time. Because that boo-boo shenanigan of editing and making it perfect, life is not perfect. Spot all the bumps, the bruises, the scars, stretch marks, mistakes. great, bad, all of it. Anyway, he was told that he was seen burning. And I'm not going to say it's not true, because I'm not. And I can't tell you that I believe it's not true. Only God can do that. So his brakes were pumped pretty quick. And it's okay. I'm not mad at it. I was mad, very hurt at the next steps. I gotta get tissue. I'll take you with me. But it's hard saying it on video, reliving it. Sorry. It came to the point, this is too dark back here. We're gonna go back. Yes, I live in an RV. He made a decision. It would be better to move back where, he was living. Parents' house. I just felt like we didn't talk about it. I wasn't spoken to about it. I wasn't asked if the decisions we're making. I felt like we were doing it together. No. I'm be so honest. I'm kind of blind. Close up. Hey, you can see me again. Next thing I know, he's telling me, "Can you help me pack my bags?" Oof. My answer was no, absolutely not. You're going to pack them, you do it yourself. You leaving? Go ahead. His answer to me was like, "Are you for real right now?" And I said, "Absolutely." I was hurt, more hurt than angry. I was hurt, disappointed, confused. Wondering how am I losing my best friend, my partner, the person I'm in love with that says he's in love with me. I'm not saying he doesn't. How is it so easy for him to just leave, right? And he stood the night because we were all like really like, I don't know, and he was crying, I was crying, I was hurting my own way, he was hurting his. And he stood the night and said, I could stay till Wednesday. And I let him talk. He says, and then I'll go just so we can spend time. I didn't want him leaving. I wanted him to stay forever. Not till just Wednesday. My answer to him was nah. Even though it hurts so bad, it still hurts. Let's not jump the gun. Let's not jump ahead. But he left that day. He left the next day. He came over every day. But it's not the same. I'm used to waking up next to him and saying good morning. And he would be the first one, obviously, good morning, cuddles. How was your day? What are we going to do? How we would prepare. I thought it would be easy, him coming over every day and still working out with him. And it sure was not. Ripping that Band-Aid duct tape, Gorilla Glue duct tape, it felt more like. Ripping that off and just starting anew without being there was something different. It was like a hole. My heart ached. This was around February 25th. I'm not for sure on that. And I said I needed some time. And I remember going to the pier. I think it was March. And I'm trying to see. March 15th, to be exact. I was driving around for like 2 hours in my son's car because Hurricane Ian took my car. So I'm without a car. So I'm driving around my son's car and I am crying. I am hurt. My heart is aching. Like, if you know pain, the loss of anybody, whether it's death or, you know, a relationship, it's a loss. I had not been to the pier since before Hurricane Ian. This is the picture I took. See the date? Yeah, that's the time. The pier is gone. And that was rebuilt in 2017. Anyway, before I got to the pier, I'm noticing I am being directed to the beach, to the pier, to Naples Pier to be exact. And then I get a phone call and it's him. And I'm thinking about him and so much I'm feeling, so much I want to say, so much is built up, so much I didn't get to express. I want to scream, I want to hit, I want to yell, I want to throw sand, I want to know why, right? Why? So I pick up the phone and he's like, hey, where are you? Just hearing his voice makes me feel better, but I was feeling all those things, right? I'm sorry. I still feel them. Anyway, he says, where are you? And I say, I'm down by the pier. He says, it's funny. I'm down by 5th Ave, which is not that far, you know. Can I meet you? I said, sure. And in my head, I'm like, I have a lot to say. I have, yeah, you can meet me, you know. As I find parking, I see his car. And I get these beautiful butterflies. And this beautiful feeling over me every time I see him. It's like you can't be mad at him even when you're mad, because that's how much you love him. I don't know how to react. I don't know whether I can kiss him. I don't know if I can hug him. Anyway, he says, we kiss each other on the cheek. And he says, I have to use the bathroom. And I'm like, thank God, because I really want to yell at him. Anyway, go ahead, I tell him. And I turn over and I see the pier. And I'm like, wow, it's gone. Like, it took my mind off of everything for a second. But then I started crying. And I felt as destroyed as that pier. I hear laughter at the beach. Mind you, it's cloudy. The water's cold. This is March. And Hurricane Ian was in October or November. I don't remember. Anyway. And I'm there thinking, and I say to God in my head, God, I'm so sorry for anything I've done in my past life to deserve this. It must have been bad to deserve this, and I'm so sorry. I kept saying, please forgive me, Lord. I'm not good enough to be loved. I'm not good enough for people to stay in my life. And I'm sorry. I've always been told in my life, you're a great woman. You're a great mother. You're a great friend. I've never been told you're a great wife. I've been told you're a great girlfriend. You know, like... Yeah, I was married once, but that wasn't a marriage. That was more of a business deal, you know, because if he loved me, he would have not cheated. He wouldn't have... Listen, we're not going there. Anyway, that wasn't love, my past marriage. I didn't... So that's another story. It's the only marriage I've had. This man I speak of comes home, and the first thing he does is puts his bag down. He takes his sneakers off. He hugs our daughter. And then he says, hold on. And he comes straight to me and gives me a hug and a kiss and says, how was your day? And I'll do the same. He'll ask me, did you shower? I'll say either yes or no. If I didn't, he stops me from what I'm doing and would tell me go take a shower. Or would help me, or go take a shower. You know, and we would have dinner, cuddle on the couch. When have you ever had a man say, come lay on top of me on the couch, and not get in and go, okay, I'm hot, get off, or anything, or don't touch me, I've had a long day, or... No, this man could get up at 3 a.m. or 2:45 a.m. take his mom to work an hour away from he lives, drive an hour where he used to live from before he moved in, all the way just to see me or train his people and then come see me in between. He still made time, whether it was calls or texts. It was more face-to-face. He bought me sneakers. He bought me flowers for my birthday. He bought me 2 bouquets of roses. Wow. And this is right at the beginning of our relationship. He bought me sandals and sneakers, card, and flowers for Christmas. Favorite color, how did he know? Red. We've never argued. Never argued. The chemistry. When I say the chemistry, I've never been touched the way he touched me. Ever. I've never been felt the way he makes me feel. Has made me felt, makes me feel. So I'm at the beach. And I'm talking to God. And I'm looking at these waves. I have a hoodie and a sweater on. Sweatpants, I meant. Hoodie, duh. Sorry. Again, we are not editing. And as I notice, I'm talking to God, I hear him coming. And I'm just, telling him, like, I'm so sorry for everything. I'm running through everything in my mind, and I'm apologizing. And as I take a deep breath, it's like someone downloaded a USB of my life into me at that moment, and it took that one breath in, inhalation and exhalation out, of 48 years of my life. But as far as I could remember, 44 years. I remember everything from when I was 4 up. He showed me I've always had love, and I've learned to love, and I've continued to pay it forward and carry it with me. It wasn't that I wasn't good enough to be loved. They just were not meant to stay in my life. I did not know this. And from this deep breath, this is all being told to me. This is all making sense. Hold on a second. I gotta lower the volume. Levi! I need to lower it. Hold on. Thank you. You were in the way. It got louder and louder. Sorry. Okay. So, he showed me I've been good enough to have love, and to have love grow in me and pay it forward. He showed me that I am worthy, I am worth it, and everything, every step in my life, everything in my life made sense. Everything I went through, I had to go through to make me the woman who I am today. The mother who I was, became, and am also today. The friend, the partner, the person you meet, who I am today. So as he gets to the beach from the bathroom, he just walks down from the pier. I am like crying, like really, really crying. My hair's a mess and I don't care. And he says, "What's up?" And I said, "It makes sense." And I was talking to the Holy Spirit and God, because I felt this overwhelming vibration in my body I've never felt before. And it made sense. At the time, all I wanted to do was walk in that ocean. It didn't matter how dirty the water was, because it has cars and who knows what else in there. And we were told not to swim in there yet. But anyway, people were swimming. I just wanted my pain to go away. I wanted them waves to wash over me and just make me feel better. I wanted to go in and submerge myself, have the waves and then just come out new. That's what I was thinking. God and the Holy Spirit had other plans. When I turn around and I tell him it made sense, and I tell him, and it's like my testimony, and I will take it everywhere. And I told him how I felt. I just don't understand. How do you give up? Is what I felt. And I still kind of do. I know we have work to do. I know I'm doing my job, and it's not to get closer to him or get back with him. I'm doing what God is calling me to do. I felt a calling from that day on. I never missed church. I stopped watching online. I did more in. So now do I not only, excuse me, always go to church, I also serve. I read. I journal. I pray. I'm not perfect at it. No one is expected to be perfect, but you get better. You have to want it, right? This pain, though, like, it's unbearable. Like, I fall asleep and I wake up crying. I go to sleep crying. I be cleaning and I start laughing and I cry. I cook and I start crying. Like every second. Like when I tell you my heart hurts, it still does, not as much, but it hurts.
I don't know what the lesson of it yet is, but I'm still learning. Not to give up, stand on my feet, trust wholeheartedly in God. He knows what he's doing. So we just celebrated. I'm sorry, I shouldn't even say that, because I didn't celebrate it. It just made a year this year, February 25th. We've not lived together. But before I get to that, I'm going a little too forward. I felt a calling April 2023, not just to go back to church, but to get baptized. And my daughter also approached me. At the time she had just turned 7. And we both got baptized Easter Sunday last year. The greatest thing ever. He was there. And I was like, okay, maybe he'll start coming to church with me, right? He says, I'm going to start going to church. No, he started going to church, where he lives. PC, Port Charlotte. It is the saddest thing, at least, kind of. I don't think of it as much. I still kind of do, I'm going to be honest. Because I feel like I'm the only one there by myself. Even though I'm not by myself, if that makes sense. Everybody has a boyfriend, a husband, a confidant. And I always walk into church with a smile. But then I like to hurry up and hide. So I bow my head and I rush through. And every time someone asks, how are you? I tell them, good. And, I learned to even say, this was months after, though, and we'll get to that it's okay not to be okay. But I stopped saying it so people don't ask anymore. I just don't talk about it because it hurts. I went from having someone in my bed, a warm body, someone to hold me, cuddle me. I would put my leg on him and look for him, and vice versa. Or I'd cuddle in his arms and he'd cuddle on mine. He'd lay on my chest, I'd lay on his. To going to bed and waking up. Do I love him? Absolutely. Am I still in love with him? Absolutely. Do I dream of us getting back together? Absolutely, all the time. But I feel like he's going further and further away. And maybe it's supposed to be. I don't know. But it hurts so bad. There's a few things I went through. I got baptized Easter Sunday in April. I started a new job at a gym, and then I went for my personal training certification, and I did that in 14 days. He talked me into training for a competition, and that was in April, and I started training for that in May. I got injured at the gym I was working at, Planet Fitness, June 19th, and it wasn't even my fault. And I didn't find out till September that I had broke my collarbone, and it still hurts. Not as much, but it still hurts. On rainy days, it's worse. Depending on the seatbelt or whatever's touching it, if it's touching it, it hurts. I can't tell you the pain I went through. I didn't know why it hurt to be touched. I couldn't wear a sports bra then. I could wear one now. It's not as uncomfortable as it used to be, but I couldn't even take a tank top. I used to have to put the sleeve on the bottom. Like, great, here we go again. When I go through it, I'm going through it, right? Then I bite my tongue and I'm like, what are you doing? This too shall pass, right? I am going through this pain because I hit the top part of my chest on the treadmill that was, trying to be fixed. Overzealous employee pulled it from the other side, not telling anybody, and I fell forward, hurt my knee, hurt my neck. So I couldn't train for a little bit. That kind of got to me, going through everything, and I'm like, when you're down, you really gonna get knocked down. And then, I am hearing this too shall pass. Just wait. I patiently wait, but I'm in pain and I'm complaining and I'm telling my doctor and, nothing's getting done. At this whole time, yes, he's in my life, but he's not in my life, if that makes sense. Yes, we get to call each other. Yeah, we get to text each other. Yes, we made our mistakes and sinned along the way and repented. We were living in sin. That I understand. I understand that. I understand that we were not supposed to be living in sin. So I wasn't mad about that anymore. I was mad and disappointed because I felt instead of him doing what he was supposed to do and grow closer to God to get back and closer with me, he was being pulled away for his lust and everything else he's being tested on. And on September 27th, we were coming home from the gym and we almost got squished by this, those big, I call them Tonka trucks that carry like the sand and rocks in the back. Well, this guy was making an illegal left turn, no signal light, knowing he was behind us, but laughing like, oh, well, I'm going to do it anyway. And thank God, went up on a sidewalk a little bit and then to the left turn, and then, he's speeding, and it was just scary in itself. Went home, calmed down, took my medicine, and I get a phone call. But in April, when I had done an update, it erased everything on my iPhone. The last update I did erased my apps, erased my pictures, erased my emails, erased my contacts, it erased my phone. Slowly but surely at this time I had gotten everything back, but not everybody's number. And I get a phone number and it's a 413, and I'm not picking it up because it's not programmed. And we notice it's a 413 from where I used to live. Pick it up at the last minute. And I say, hello. And there's a young man on the other side. Says, my mom died this morning. I look at my boyfriend. I'm like, what do I do? Right? But my heart automatically already feels for this person. And I'm answering, and I'm saying, I'm so sorry, sweetie. Do you have any family? This is my number. My name is Taisha. If you want, you can call me. As soon as I say almost any time, he says, Titi. Now, you're probably sitting and go, well, how the heck did she not recognize her nephew's voice? Well, the last time I spoke to my nephew, he was a little boy. He was about 15, 16 years old, not 21. He had a very high-pitched voice, even though it was through his nose, because he was born with a double-cleft lip and a double-cleft palate. He says, thinking, it's the way he said it that made me, and I look at the name, and I'm like, wait, is this? But then it hit me like a Tonka truck full of boulders. Never mind rocks, boulders. And I said, nah. And I'm looking at my boyfriend. At least I still call him my boyfriend, right? And I'm like, nah, this is a dream. Everything starts to vibrate. I feel like I am in a dream. This is not real. Like, I'd never felt this feeling before. Like, literally pulsating. I can't hear. I know he's talking. And I'm like, no. My baby sister? My sister? No, not my sister. Nah. My sister's not gone. No. She didn't wake up. She just turned 45 in June. So I run in the house as he's calling my son. He's yelling. I'm running in the house. I was like, if I go to bed and I go under the blanket and I go to bed and I go back to, and I wake up, this will be all gone and never happened, right? Wrong. In reality, I'm going to call my other son from up north and I let him know. He gets there and they're with her in there the whole day. From the morning until almost 5 p.m. at night. Because, they have to conduct investigation and, all that and stuff like that for autopsy. And I still don't know why she passed. So I end up, during prep, I have to go to Massachusetts. Something I'm dreading, but I go with my daughter and our dog. It's not the easiest trip. I felt unwanted everywhere. Family does not feel like family anymore. The only one I spent a lot of time with and, was there for me and my daughter was, my 24-year-old. He was 25 already. I don't know why I'm calling him 24. And, it was the longest 2 weeks of my life. Before I get to December, I guess things were happening. And he was letting it happen as he hung out in the house, and I wasn't there. Temptation of lust. Texting. I bury my sister. I cry every day. I cry all day. And when the day I go to see her, in the wake, before we bury her, I couldn't even go in there. I saw her from the door, and it was just like, like, this is not real. That's, And you gotta understand, like, I changed her diapers and taught her how to walk. I protected her in the foster home when we were together. Yeah, we had our ups and downs, but that was my blood. That was my sister. That was my baby sister. And I'm being told at this time to, I'm using my own body weight because I only had enough for a rental for a few days. And those days were the beginning, and I was tired. It was cold. And so I used my own body. I took my wedges with me, thank God. And I used my own body weight, and I did squats, RDLs, push-ups. The basic that I could do, And I'm being told, it's okay, we understand. If you don't, you drop out of prepping and doing the competition. I'm like, nah. This too shall pass, but I'll dedicate it to her. I'm not a quitter. I don't like to ever start anything and, not ever finish it, because I'm not a quitter. I've never been a quitter. things might get thrown my way, but I'm not a quitter. I have my flaws just like everybody else. But I'm a good woman. I'm a hard worker. When I love hard. And all I ever wanted was like the happy ever after like everybody else. I'm not gonna lie, when he said he wanted to marry me, I was just like, I've never had somebody like, well, he was like, oh, you know, I can't buy you a fancy. I could care less. I wear nothing. I wear plastic. I don't care about rings and diamonds. It's always about us. That's what makes the marriage, not jewelry. I don't understand, like, women, right? I know women cheat, and I know women lurk. Not all. Let me take that back. Not all. At least that's what's being said. It's always the women are sneaky, this, that, whatever, the third. And I'm not putting anything on the men. I'm just going by my story. I'm a forgiving woman. And he knows I am. But I don't let anybody tempt me. I don't let anybody in. Not even now when I'm supposedly single, right? But I don't feel single. So anyway, here we are. We bury her. I come back up. That's October 12th. And my 49th birthday is on the 16th. You really think I want to celebrate that? There's nothing happy at that time about anyone's birthday. I can't do the Mr. Olympia on October 31st because I was nowhere near ready. So I didn't do it. We're supposed to do the Virginia show. They changed everything around. I couldn't do the Virginia show. He did. And I'm so happy he did. I drove. We stood there. I still support him. As in, you know, like, not financially. Don't take it that way. Please don't take it that way. Because that man puts in work. He brings in the money. He is the one who holds me down when I cannot. He's the one who holds our daughter down when I cannot. He always has us. He's a very good man. And please don't judge him. We all have our mistakes. We all have our faults. This right here is just life. And the lessons we have to learn through it. So, in everything we pray, right? It sucks because I wasn't going to cry. And here I am.
How'd you get out?
Ugh.
Ow.
Emotional tie. Sorry. December 16th. We find a competition as a December 16th. Male Chancy. My first show. Nervous. In pain. I have stage fright. Bad stage fright. I have it. I know there's a lot of people out there, but I am one who just usually like, I am like really bad at it. And our first tanning session is on the night of the 15th. This is in Punta Gorda. And it starts raining the next day. You can't get this tan wet, and guess who doesn't have an umbrella? Right? My shoulders are kind of flat. I'm gonna have to do some shoulders today. Anyway, get the second tan early in the morning, get dressed, all this good stuff, excited. First time we're not together. He's competing, I'm competing. Go through the whole thing. I'm in, majority of the time laying down. My back is killing me, my hip, my neck, my outer knee. And I can't get to my car because it's too far away. I have no umbrella, the tan, and I couldn't walk because of the pain. So I had me a shot. Slowly, though. I put it on the rocks so it would just slowly kick in. And 30 minutes later, 2 of the girls went and got me another one because they saw how bad I was. I told them even, please, whose hands here are cold? I hit a lot of them. I said, please, I need a few on my neck, a few on my back, a few on my hip, please. And I put mine, my leg was up on the chair the whole time until I was on stage, right? I actually won. I came in second. I am so proud of myself because I just thought it was an experience. I'm gonna be honest, I made a lot of bloopers. It was live on pay-per-view. I don't know, YouTube it. Mel Chansey, December 16th, 2023. Taisha Sid. Anyway, first time going on, I was nervous. Turn around, I almost passed out. Turn around again, got off. Part of the stage was really loose, whatever. Second time around, I had a black bikini the first time. The second, I wore the original. I was going to wear the orange. That's the one that won me the competition. And I'm on, sitting down in the backstage. I'm praying. I'm nervous. But I'm like, all right, we already did this, so we got this. God, you got me. I got you. Let's go. And as I get up there, I'm following one of the girls instead of somebody explaining to me, because it's my first time. The first time we went on stage, we all went on stage. The second time, I thought we were almost doing the same thing to, hello, I've never competed. A guy grabs me and goes, what are you doing? Come here. So I turn around and I go, well, he goes, no, you're supposed to wait here. I go, it's my first time. Oh, I didn't know. And he's like, well, you're supposed to turn around and pose. I say, but I'm not rude. Talk to those talking to me. As I'm laughing, I turned around and I paused and looked at the judges like, sorry. And then it was my turn, so I go on and did my thing. Get off stage. I'm telling you, I don't know how I got second place. But I did. I put in the work. 190 pounds before I started this and getting into shape and eating right. I've carried 9 children. I've been pregnant 8 times. 4 biological are mine. 5 are surrogacies. Okay? No, I do not have 9 children, but my body carried them. Proud moment, right? I felt like I was being rushed out. I didn't get to take a picture of my medal in front of the banner. My night was taken away from me. I don't know if he realized, but it was like, oh, come on, I'm tired. Oh, come on, this. Oh, come on, that. Like you came in your own car, so why are we rushing me to go home? Anyway, December 16th. We have this little man called Tegan. And he's my daughter's service dog. And on December 23rd, when I say he, I'm not going to say his name. When I say he, it's, my best friend. The one I call my boyfriend, my man. I think of him as my husband. I don't know what to call us anymore because we've never sat down and said, like I'm left in limbo. Are we together? Are we not together? Because when we are together, it feels like we're together. We're not having intimacy, but we're cuddling. You make me nervous. You make me want to pass out. You still give me those feelings. We still tap kiss, or it's confusing. So December 23rd, he comes over. We go to Dunkin'. We take Mr. Tegan with us. We come back. He had his first pup cup. He has his first pup cup. And get out of the car. We go inside. We bring the things. We go back outside to smoke. I have a medical card. I have a lot of pain. And this is something that helps me with pain. I don't do it all the time, but I do it. Listen, it's mine, and that's that. I'm of age. It's legal. It's not like I'm doing it illegal. Please, no judgments, okay? And I didn't mean to have a tone. I already know how some people are, and I shouldn't even do that. I should just explain, and that's it. This is my truth, my life. Please don't, I'm not judging anyone else's. I'm just sharing. He goes to pee. And this lady who is known to speed, which we've never seen her do it while we were around, except for other parts of the, we hear, and she took Tegan away from us. Like when I tell you about this whole time I'm telling people sorry. I tell everybody he was her dog. He was mine too.
Serious?
I noticed everything I did was with him. He would be in the bathroom if I was taking a shower. He'd follow me in the kitchen if I was doing dishes. If I was in my son's room during the day while my daughter was at school, which was the front room. He'd hang out with me. If I go outside for my cardio, he'd do it with me. I go to the gym, he'd come with me. Like, I went everywhere with him. My appointments, everything. So he was mine too. What more can you take away from me, right? I lost my man. My ability to work out for a little bit. My job. My sister. My daughter's dog. You figure someone like me would quit. I'm so determined. With this pain and all. To keep going. All I have is God, my faith, the church, my daughter. I have me, obviously. It was funny though because it felt like he wanted to tell me something that morning. Mister, we're gonna call him Mister. My boyfriend. Because of everything that happened, I still haven't recovered. We're only in March, but we had Mr. Tegan cremated. we get displaced from our home. I end up finding this RV. Before I found the RV, though, he said he had to talk to me about something. My boyfriend. Okay. And tells me how the lust is an issue, and he confesses and tells me he's been texting. And I said, was it someone from the show in Punta Gorda? Like when I tell you a woman's instinct is never wrong. Ooh, right? And I need another tissue. I listen to everything, and I am so hurt. I'm back at the beach again. You can basically say I am back at the beach again, wanting to just go in that water. But this time I felt like I just wanted to keep going and not come out. And then I look at God, and I look at my daughter, and I look at myself, and I'm like, yo, I'm worth it. She's worth it. He's worth it. And I'm a forgiving person. I am. I try hard to forget. I do. But it's funny how I run into one of his videos. October 29th. And he's talking about it, but never once mentioned it to me until after Tegan passes away. And I love him so much, I forgive him and I want to grow, but I don't know if he's still doing. So this is part of my story, and it still goes. And there's a lot of other different ones. But I think I've said enough for now, and I think I'm done crying for a little bit. I need some laughter, so I'm gonna go work out a little bit so I can get this. It's a beautiful day outside. Yeah, it's a I don't know why I showed that. Oh my gosh. But it's a beautiful day outside. And I have a visitor. Hi.
Mr. Blue.
Hi, Blue. I love you.
Mr. Blue.
All right. Leave your comments. Let me know if you want to hear more. I have more. I'll upload more. But I definitely, it's time to unload all of this, because it's too much on my heart. I love you guys. Built different. Motivated, disciplined, determined. Whoo! Fueled. Going for the pro card, God willing. I'm working hard. Training and coaching myself. So it's like you have all this family all of a sudden. You have all these people, and now it's just you. I should have been prepared, huh? I'll talk to you guys soon. Built different. Definitely built different and relentless. Have a blessed day and a blessed week. Enjoy. Bye.